comfort zone or end zone? Hello, everyone. My name is Tessa, and I am the Director of Marketing at IdeaPros, and I have Fred Cary. Whoops. He's here with us. Now he left the stream. There he is. Hey, Fred, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. We're talking about comfort zone and the danger of the comfort zone and how it may or may not get you to the end zone. So, Fred, I know you have so much to share with us today. As you guys are joining us, I know that we're using a football analogy too. So while you're coming in, I know you usually put where you're watching from, but tell us which team you're voting for and don't fight. Please don't fight.
First of all, we don't vote for teams. We root for teams.
Root for teams. So let me know which team for Super Bowl. And if you don't root for either team or you're not a football person, let us know in the chat because it's fun. But really, this is an important topic, and all of it comes down to the end zone and getting to where you want to go, right, Fred?
Yeah, this is kind of a hybrid of what I do on the Instagram page. And if Alejandro's around here anywhere, maybe I'll have her come in just to say hello for you folks that haven't gone to that page. Because there we focus more on inspiration, positivity, always doing the right thing, kind of the guts of what you need as an entrepreneur. But what we talk about is really helpful information for anybody to try to change the way they look at the world to give themselves the better life. It's actually a foundation for what we as entrepreneurs need to do as well. And a part of what we all run into is limiting behaviors, self-limiting behaviors that really focus on keeping us where we are. Tess, you talked about how the comfort zone is a danger zone. It's actually a real comfort zone for people. People like to stay where they are because they're afraid of what's out there. So I want to do another thing a little bit different. While you're writing what team you are going to root for, I also want people to go back and think about this. Now, don't write anything yet, because everybody's always going to be tempted to write a certain number. And I want you to really reflect and think about, in business, in what you're trying to do for your life, how much self-confidence do you have? And if you have a 10, that's probably not a great answer, because we should never be all the way self-confident. A lot of people come here to watch me and see me on Instagram. I give myself an 8. Can't even hardly see it under there. But I give myself an 8 because I know no matter how much I do, it's really hard for me to take a day off. I'm probably working 12 hours a day, juggling a lot of balls at once. I know a lot of people look at everything that I do and ask me how I could do it all. I give myself an 8 because I know I can do more. I know I can try harder. I know I haven't ever done anything absolute best that possibly could be done. And so you guys put your numbers down, and I'm going to show you why these numbers can actually affect you negatively. You need to really understand it from a positive standpoint, but then we're going to talk about how you can have a negative reaction to whatever that number is.
All right, so I'm looking over at the chat, guys. I want to see you typing in how much self-confidence do you have. The number range from 1 being the lowest possible amount, 10 being the most. And Fred's got his up on the wall right there behind you. It says 8. It's a little bit faded, but we can see it.
So a little bit faded. So.
No. And then Fred, why you were saying you have some advice for us around this. So while they're typing that.
Well, I don't see any numbers. I'm not moving until I see one.
Well, we got 7 with the Adira says 7. Timbo says 7. Guys, you're so quiet today. Are we awake out there? C Brown, 7.75. I love your accuracy, your detailed oriented approach. 7-ish from Stephanie. Odin says 6 to 9. Sean says 7. Corey 8. These are nice numbers, though. I like these. Mary 6. You don't have to. Fred's not going to judge you if you're really, Well, okay, he might judge you, but I won't let him pick on you. How about that?
I actually never judge anybody. So, do you have a question for me?
We got a 10. We got a 10 from Rubens. Congratulations, 10. I do. I mean, what does this have to do with us getting to our end zone? I know what I think you're going to say, but I want to hear from you, Fred, with your words of wisdom.
Well, okay. I guess we're going to go off script a little.
We are, because I'm curious.
But the reality is, it's really difficult to be a 10. And as I said, I put mine down as an 8. And the reason is that we have self-doubt. We're and a lot of times we're trying to do things we've never done before. So we wonder whether or not we have the capacity, the capability, the work ethic and desire, and whether we want to take the risk level or not to try to go to this new place in our world, in our life, in our environment. And so therefore, there's always room. We're always questioning how high up we are in that scale. And that's a great thing, and it's a horrible thing. It's a great thing because you're always challenging yourself. You know you can do better. You know you can try harder. You know tomorrow you're going to wake up and work out before you work. You're going to read. You're going to do things to help motivate you and be grateful for what you have and work harder towards your goals. But on the other hand, if you absorb that number, whatever it is, and you take it the wrong way, it can turn into, I'm not good enough. I don't deserve this. I tried it once and it didn't work out. I should have known better. It can even get to the world's against me. It's not fair. I'm not lucky. I never win. And those behaviors are the things that really hold somebody back and keep them from reaching their full potential and being able to move forward and do what they need to do to try to succeed in their business and in their life.
I love that. And if you want more information like this over on Instagram, official Fred Cary, Fred's giving all little pieces of advice like this on a daily basis around your mindset, your habits, all of those things, because it is combination. You're determining your success. You are in control. So right. Number 2, that was self-limiting behaviors. And then number 2, we're going to say today, just for the fun of it, game plans without execution. So how is that going to impact obviously getting into the end zone or finishing?
I mean, we have, all right, since we're going to do the football thing, you can
Fred's a little bit against it, but I'm like, it's Super Bowl weekend. Come on.
you can have the perfect playbook, right? You can have the perfect game plan. You can go out there and be in the Super Bowl and get your ass kicked because you don't have the execution. You don't have the follow through. The game plan is what you figure out here, what you put on your board, and what you share with your players, or if you're doing this by yourself, what you try to live by. But it's the execution that makes things happen. You can know what you're supposed to do, but if you don't go out and do it and keep trying it and fight day after day to make it happen, you're not going to get anywhere. And that's why I talk about first having that great game plan, understanding what it is that you want to do, how you're going to get there. If it's your business, who your competitors are, what are their weak spots, who is that customer that you really want to have, and how are you going to reach that customer? How are you going to keep them? How are you going to make them love you? And how are you going to handle the defeats that you're going to have along the way? No battle is won overnight. No Super Bowl is won in one play, in one quarter, in one half. nobody actually wins the Super Bowl until that final whistle blows. And you're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have intercepted passes and touchdowns. And life and business is the same way. And you have this perfect playbook, but you're not going to execute it perfectly. And so a lot of us get overwhelmed by that. A lot of us sit back, and when we reach an obstacle, we think this playbook sucks. Why am I doing this? I don't deserve this. I should win right away with no problems, no flaws, no delays, nothing bad happening to me. And if I don't, then there's something wrong with my playbook. We have that when people try to sign up to partner with IdeaPros. And again, this is not an IdeaPros per se show. We're not sitting here trying to promote our brand. We're trying to impart information to all entrepreneurs. But the worst question I ever get from somebody considering being a partner is, how many other people have you made successful?
Mm-hmm.
0. I can't make anybody successful. I can be the coach. I can be the best coach in the NFL if we're going to stick there. I can train, teach. I can show you what that landscape is that you're going into, how you're going to fight that battle. And I'm going to bring a whole army to help you fight it. But only you can win that battle. Only you can throw that touchdown pass. And that's why mindset is so important, because when you throw that ball and it's an interception, you don't want to sit down and cry. You don't want to call me up or write to me and tell me how crappy the team is and how this prototype is really bad. And I can't believe I did this. So when I get questions like that in the very beginning, it really concerns me, and it's really unlikely that I'll agree to partner with somebody like that. It's the same thing as going to a bank and asking for $500,000 to start a business, and then asking the bank officer, hey, how many people that borrowed $500,000 became successful because of you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's nobody, right? It's you. So you have a playbook, you have your plan, you have the way that you assume things are going to go. P.S. Life is like this too, and it never goes that way, ever. So you have to realize that's a normalcy. That's the way life works. Life isn't fair, some people say. No shit. Life's not fair. Look how hard we are. It would be great if we were dumber, like the rest of the animals. We'd get up, we'd eat, we'd go to sleep, we'd hunt, we'd procreate, and that's all we think about. But we're humans. And so we have all this stuff going on all the time. It's really difficult. How am I going to get this next job? How am I going to leave the current job? Does this woman love me? Does this guy want to go out with me? Well, I want to move. How do I move? There's so many questions. It's human beings that we have day after day after day after day that it gets overwhelming. And with all of that, our life gets confusing. And when our life gets confusing, our plans, our strategies, the motivation that we have even to go forward to build this thing that you want to build starts disintegrating, because all this outside information is coming inside and overwhelming you. So that's why we talk about the failure to execute stems from the same sort of thing as being in that comfort zone that you have. That comfort zone is the comfort zone of mediocrity. That's all it is, because I'm an 8. I can do better. How could I be comfortable with that? Right? You need to always know that there's more that you can do to make your life better. And if you're willing to accept that, and you're willing to do the hard work, and you're willing to run into that brick wall time and time again until you break through it, then you have a better chance.
And that is actually number 3, which is a commitment to reaching the end zone. So that was the third point we wanted to go over, and like you said, you're really you're running into that wall, but it's that I'm not going to give up. I'm going to get back up, and I'm going to make this happen. And like you said, you are in control. You, Kelly, Vanessa, Steve, you guys that are watching, everyone that's in, you are the ones that are going to achieve your success, and that is by keeping that commitment to reaching the end zone and knowing where you're going, right?
Yeah, and so let's talk about that part again. What is the exact question?
Well, we said commitment to reaching the end zone was the third, and this changes. So if Fred changes this up on us, well, it's okay.
I'm not changing it up. So, look, guys, we've had a pandemic for a year, where everybody's life's been turned upside down. Nothing is working the way it used to work before. Who the hell imagined that this was going to happen? Yet we all had our own end zones in mind. We all figured out what we needed to do to win the game. And sometimes it doesn't happen that way. Sometimes the game isn't won that way. Sometimes the game goes into overtime, and it becomes harder and harder and harder for us. So the point with this last part is you need to keep your eye on that finish line, on the end zone, on what you're trying to accomplish. And you cannot let anything dissuade you. We did a show, Tessa, several months ago. I think the title was "What Do Millionaires and Bad Ideas Have in Common?"
Yes, we did.
And the fact is that if you have a bad idea, it's typically in a good place. Like I always talk about the Entrepreneur Magazine article on me a week ago or so ago, talked about the donut and the donut hole. Always look for the donut hole, right? So you can have a bad idea, but you found the donut hole. You know the area in a business that needs to be exploited, and maybe your first thought of how to get in there isn't the right one. It's a bad idea, but the reality is you're in the right space. You just have to change the idea. You have to massage it or brutally slay it and start over again, but you found the right place to go. And it's the fortitude and the never give up. I got to get through that donut hole because I'm going to dominate that space. It's that never quit that gets you where you want to go, that gets you to winning the football game, the Super Bowl. And if you don't have that, if you're worried about every step of the way, if you have expectations of others every step of the way instead of yourself, then you've lost the game from the very beginning. You've lost the playbook. You've lost your drive and your commitment, and you've stayed in this little quicksand that you call a comfort zone. That is not where any of us need to be, should be, or will ever get out of if we don't look at ourselves differently. Take ownership. Don't let anything dissuade you. And you'll get there. If it takes one time, if it takes 10 times, or like Thomas Edison, 1,000 times.
This was super inspirational. Thank you, Fred. We appreciate all of this great information. I know I see you guys over in the chat, and we had a lot of comments. I did put the link because I think that article from Entrepreneur that Fred did was about Fred over in Entrepreneur is wonderful. And if you guys haven't taken a look at all of the amazing information that we have, all our blogs, all of our resources are going to be cataloged in one spot in February. And Fred's holding me to the fire to make sure that we've got all of them categorized so you guys can go through every single show. So we'll see you guys next week, because you did do your final thought, right, Fred? I'm not cutting you off.
Well, that was pretty damn good. I don't know.
I was like, that's beautiful. Drop the mic. Fred's done.
I will add to that, though.
Okay, go for it.
But it's not going to be really a final thought in this particular normal sense, since we were talking about football. I'm going to talk about Tom Brady for a second. I always hated his guts. I never liked the New England Patriots since the 70s, when in the middle of a game, important game against the Miami Dolphins, they sent a snowplow out to clear space so their field goal kicker could kick the winning field goal. And I hated him ever since then with deflated balls and everything else. But look at this guy. He's 43 years old. This is his 10th Super Bowl. We can talk about deflated balls. We can talk about snow plows, which, by the way, were way before his time. But the reality is there is a fortitude. There's this commitment. There's this never say die, never quit attitude that has certain people stand out from the crowd. And we can all do that in our own ways. It's not luck that gets you into 10 Super Bowls. It's this undying commitment, no matter what, day in, day out, 24/7, to really try your hardest and never be happy with your 8 or your 6 or your 3. Always know that you can do more, you can try harder, that no obstacle is going to stop you from your goal. And so be comfortable with the fact that you're not a 10. Be comfortable with the fact that you don't know everything you need to know to jump off that side of the cliff. Just have enough confidence to know that what you're offering is better than what exists now. And even if it's imperfect, it's going to be awesome. So go be awesome.
I think I'm just going to add one thing, and that not to mess up Fred's final thought at all, but there is also a team. And if you surround yourself by the right people, the people who know how to help you get there, that's going to make a big difference in hitting that end zone. It's not just one person that's going to get you there. You can't do this all by yourself. So that was the one thing I wanted to add. Thank you, Fred. I'm going to go ahead and let you get back to work.
Bye-bye.
Hi, and then I'm going to chat with you guys over in our chat area. So thank you guys all so much for being here. For sure, follow us. You can hit the reminder bell so that you get notifications when we go live. And I really, really want to challenge you guys to keep the conversation going after this. So let us know, what can we do topics about? What questions do you have? I know that you guys feel like this, it's just us talking, but that's not how it has to be. We need to have these, we need to know what you guys want. So please, even if it's private message, there is also a link in the chat or in the post to submit a question. So if you have a question that you don't want to put it out on social media, that's okay. Put it in that question and answer form, and we'll get your questions answered for you. But because I'm in StreamYard and I can actually put some comments up on here, I just wanted to go back and highlight a couple of you. So I am super excited. I know we have Sean, Ivan, Kelly, Mary, all of you. Thank you so much for being here and having that commitment to your end zone and getting the win. Timbo, thank you. And let's see, there was some really good ones in here, and I just want to find a couple to put up because I want you guys to know that this is, I like Bill. Bill has Goliath. He said when we were doing the 10, Bill has a 10 in confidence level. Bill, I am, I know you have that confidence and you're going to get into the end zone for sure. Bill's product, Goliath, high-rise sports chair, actually, Bill, put the article link in if you get a chance. It is literally, he was voted one of the top, and I don't have it in front of me, put it in quick so I can go to it. Products, one of the most innovative 2021 innovative sports product. Anyway, he's going to put it in the chat. Hey, Winona, good to have you here. Eric, everyone. I know Winona has Twistlet, and you can go to twistlitnola.com and check out the Twistlet bags. And I have an unboxing I'm going to be doing of her bag here shortly. I was hoping to get a little bit better lighting because my lighting went out, Winona, just so you know. And great. Yes. Oh, actually, you know what? Thanks. We have Bill's product. He has a great product. It's true. Successful journey for sure. And thank you, Mary. Great show. Thanks, guys, for the Friday message. Pam, great to have you here. We really appreciate you. And I know it's a challenge. It is a challenge to find the right partner. That's so true. And Sean, thank you. Thanks, Fred and Tessa. I know I saw Kelly on here earlier as well. And Vanessa was when we were talking about commitment. I know you wanted to get that one on the screen for you you as well. So thank you guys all for being here. And if I didn't say you, I definitely see you in the chat, and really appreciate you guys being here. We'll see you guys next Friday at noon Pacific time. If you want to get a reminder, there is a reminder link in the chat. We can text you when we go live. So we'll see you guys next week. Thank you. Bye, guys.